All right, in section 10.7, we're going to talk about the volume of pyramids and cones. Now, looking at this problem, I'm going to show you how you can actually look at a cube or a prism and take it apart to see how it's related to a pyramid. So I want you to look above here at these three shapes. I'm taking this right here, this prism, and it can be cut up into these three pyramids. That's why the formula is 1/3 the base area times the height. You're actually taking 1/3 of the volume of the box and breaking it into three separate pyramids. All three of these, if you put them together, would give you a box. So, the relationship, as you can see, can be verified by dividing a cube into three congruent square pyramids, as shown. The square pyramids are all congruent, so they have the same volume. The volume of each pyramid is 1/3 the volume of the cube. So there's the volume of a pyramid above. It's 1/3 the base area times the height. And once again, if we have a right pyramid or not, the altitude will always be the height. So 1/3 the base area times the height. So in example 1, we're going to find the volume of the yellow pyramid above. And in this pyramid, it's a trapezoid as a base. So it says the trapezoidal pyramid with a base ABCD, where AB, segments AB and CD are parallel, and segment AE is perpendicular to plane ABC. This is a little harder than what you've been used to in the past when finding the volume of pyramids. So we know the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the base area times the height. Well, the base area is a trapezoid. So we have to plug in the formula of a trapezoid, which is 1/2 the sum of the bases multiplied by the height, and then times the height of the whole figure. So volume equals 1/3 multiplied by 1/2 the sum of the bases. Well, the bases, as you can see up here, are the parallel sides, which are 18 and 9. So if we add those together, that gives me 27. Now the height of the base is 6, but then we need the height of the figure. So how do I find it? Well, the height of the figure, we have to look at and find where is it perpendicular. Well, it says AE is perpendicular to the plane. So AE, which is right here, is the perpendicular, which means it's the altitude. So 10 is the height of the whole figure. So we simplify this. Well, let's see. 1/2 of 6 is 3 times 27 would be 108. 27 would be 270, I believe. Yep, so 270 cubic meters would be the volume of this pyramid. All right, in example 2, an architectural problem. So in this problem, we know that a Rainforest pyramid in Galveston, Texas is a square pyramid with a base area of about 1 acre and a height of 10 stories. Estimate the volume in cubic yards and in cubic feet. This is going to be a lot of work. So the first thing you need to figure out is, well, how many yards would be in an acre? How many cubic yards or how many square yards would be in an acre? It's up to you. So 1 acre, if you looked it up, 1 acre is equal to 4,840 square yards. We also, if you look it up, the height of a story, 1 story is approximately 10 feet. So where do I start? Well, once again, I want to know the volume. So the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the base area. Now it's a square pyramid, so it's just going to be a side length squared times the height. And I want it in cubic yards and in cubic feet. Well, the base is a square, and the area, if it's 1 acre, the area is 4,840 square yards. The base edge, if we took the square root of that, the edge of the base, so like if you're looking at this, the edge is going to be the square root of 4,840, which is going to be approximately 70 yards. The height is about 10, well, is 10 stories. So 10 times 10 is going to be 100 feet. But I don't want 100 feet. I want to change it to yards. So we divide by 3. So this is approximately 33 yards. Now remember, we're estimating this. So that's why we're rounding. So I know 1/3 s squared h. So 1/3, 70 squared, which I know is 4,840, or approximately 4,900. But I would actually plug in 4,840 here, times the height, which is about 33. The volume in, let's see, cubic yards is going to be approximately 53,900 cubic yards. Oh, I actually can write on my picture. I didn't know that. 53,900 cubic yards. But now I need to convert the answer into cubic feet. Well, wait a minute. How many feet make up a yard? It's 3. So 1 cubic foot would be what? Or I'm sorry, not that. We know that 1 cubic yard, that's what I meant. 1 cubic yard, well, each yard is 3 feet. So that means you would take 3 to the 3rd power. And so 1 cubic yard would equal 27 cubic feet. So there's 53,900 cubic yards. 1 cubic yard is 27 feet. I would multiply that by 27. And if you multiply by 27, you get approximately 1,455,300 cubic feet. So there are my two answers. 53,900 cubic yards and 1,455,300 cubic feet. The volume of a cone, you should already know. It's from previous courses, 1/3 pi r squared multiplied by the height. All right, example number 3. I want you to do the problem yourself. Pause the video and do it yourself. I want you to find the volume of the cone and give your answer in both terms of pi and round it to the nearest tenth. Pause the video. All right, so if you did it correctly, we would use 1/3 pi r squared multiplied by the height. Well, 1/3 multiplied by pi, the radius is 7, so multiplied by 49. Now the height, you'd have to use Pythagorean theorem for. So if you did that, Pythagorean theorem, the height would give you 24. If you multiplied this, 1/3 pi multiplied by 49 and 24, you would get 392 pi cubic feet. And then if you multiplied that, you would get approximately 1,231.5 cubic feet rounded to the nearest tenth. And the last problem, once again, I've put all the work here. I want to know if the length, the width, and the rectangular pyramid over here is all multiplied by 1/4, what would that be on the volume? Since it's volume, you are doing 1/4 to the 3rd power, or it would change by a factor of 1/64. Pretty easy. There's also no vocab for today's lesson.